for us up there. Upper 70s, and my weather app says a slight chance of precipitation when we start reboarding around 3 o'clock. It is monsoon season after all, so you never know what you're going to get this time of year. Now here we are pulling out of the historic Santa Fe Depot. We have 2 classes of waivers on this line. That guy represents the first class. Most of the people you're going to see out here at the depot fall into the first class of waiver. They're called paid waivers. Now they're only out here waving at you because it's part of their job description. So I don't even make eye contact with paid folks. And then you're going to see some volunteer waivers at various points in our maintenance crew can use those cars for car maintenance. Now coming up on your right hand side, you are going to see our local auto shop. It's just under 30,000 square feet. No holds to go below 385 foot long passenger cars. There's also a very talented crew of machinists. Those are the only paid waivers there, but they work really hard to make sure that everything's at 3 o'clock and not 1 minute before, I will noticed twice he's got his cabin and hotel on the South Rim, Grand Canyon, one of the most important newspapers in the territory. He's the editor of another very important newspaper. He's the captain of the rescue train. He's very Paulie. He also, I didn't tell you this, he is a superintendent of schools in Gallup County. He's also the captain of the fire brigade in Prescott. This guy has accomplished more. Right to his copper mine, so now his men can get the copper out of the ground, load it onto his train cars, and haul it very efficiently down to Williams. And just like that, his transportation costs go away, his issues get solved, and he's back in the trucks. Now, I'm going to have to stop my story right there, because we're going to have a musician who's going to play. You're never going to know the end of this story. So here is our musician. Just going to play some rock and roll today. Ship, and they were admiring the star constellations when, according to Roosevelt, Bucky O'Neill leaned over to him and said, "Colonel, what man would not gladly give his life to see another star in the flag?" And that Bucky O'Neill and all the men from the Western Territories had volunteered to fight in the war against Spain in order to demonstrate their loyalty to the United States and their courage in the hopes that their states, or that their territories, would become states. So they landed in Cuba at the end of June 1898, Kettle Hill, Cuba. Well, you can imagine the shock and awe that went through the regiment as their darling captain was shot down in front of their very eyes. That's your first view of the Grand Canyon. But the men of A Troop composed themselves. They found their courage. They went forward under fire. They recovered Captain O'Neill's body. They brought him back and they buried him behind that creek bed underneath a little green tree where that they had found. And the rest of that story is history. The Rough Riders and the Buffalo Soldiers charge up Kettle Hill and beat the Spanish there. Roosevelt's promoted to full colonel. He's given command of the Rough Riders. He turns the Rough Riders and the Buffalo Soldiers to the left. But it's for the kids, so it's totally fine. Best use of money you'll ever have, right? If you'd like to see the mules, you can walk behind the west barn. They have a whole bunch of them back there, and they're super friendly. When they see you come up to the fence, they'll run right over to you. They want you to pet them on the forehead. And you might see some elk over there also, because the elk have discovered that mules are very messy eaters, and so when they're eating whatever they put out for them, they throw it all over the place, and it ends up on the other side of the fence, and so the elks walk over there and get mule food. Work smarter, not harder, right? Ready. Just past these taupe-colored buildings out here on the left, you're going to see a yellow building that's surrounded by wrought iron gates. You see this yellow building? That building was the inspiration for Luigi's Mozzarella tires and Pixar's animated classic Cars. Remember, Radiator Springs is based off of Williams and Seligman and Beach Springs. They chose our old Eddie's Tires building as the basis of Luigi's Mozzarella tires. That's on Railroad Avenue at the corner of Railroad and Tabor. From here up to 2 p.m. they only do breakfast and lunch. Oh, and there's the zip line that goes over Grand Canyon Boulevard. And here we are pulling into the historic Santa Fe Depot in beautiful Williams, Arizona. The depot is going to stay open for about another half hour. If you want to get any last minute gifts or just check out the architecture, this was completed in 1908. It is on the National Registry of Historic Buildings. It was the very first reinforced solid core concrete building in the state of Arizona. So it was a territory back then. And if you check your luggage with us that you're not spending the night at the Grand Canyon Railway Hotel, your luggage